All right, well, hey there, folks. I'm Meteorologist Matt Barrentine. Trying to get my audio all set up, get everything cooking here as we check out your Sunday forecast. Obviously, we are still watching beta out here in the Gulf of Mexico. Our 23rd named storm of the year, 28th the all-time record set back in 2005, and it's only September 20th. We got plenty of time left, next month and a half or so, to put more storms on the board and break that record. So there, the center part of the storm is right here. You can see the blow up of storms around the center. It shows the storm is still trying to hold itself together, but there's also a lot of storms that have broken off. Those are the ones that we're going to be watching out for today to bring us some more rain like what we saw yesterday. So here's what we got. We are in extra innings here, like I said, of this hurricane season. We're up to beta, so here's the, I had to work this graphic, had to push everything over, put up new names for the Greek letters. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 I put up here. I hope I don't have to go any farther. This would be the record, by the way, so 21, that'd be 28. If we got to Eta, we'd tie what we did back in 2005. No, I'm trying to keep my fingers crossed. I think if I put up more Greek names, we'll just run through them. So let's just leave it at that. So anyway, here's beta, winds of 60 miles per hour. Here's some good news I got for you here this morning. It is moving to the west, west-northwest at 3 miles per hour. So it's crawling to the west, but it is moving west. The farther west it moves from us, eventually it means the rain that we've had will shut off. Don't think it happens so much today, but there is a little bit of a difference here today, and I'll talk about that in a second. The models, you wonder, well, what's this going to do? Well, we're pretty confident that this thing is going to slowly crawl its way to the west towards the Texas coastline, somewhere around or just north of Corpus Christi. After that, it's going to turn to the northeast. We're confident that'll make a turn to the northeast too. So the lack of confidence, though, comes in exactly where it goes when it turns northeast. Does it go more inland, or does it go more here along the coastline of Louisiana? Now, obviously, this solution probably bring us more rain. Either way, it's not going to be strong. It's basically a remnant low at that point by the time it gets to us. But I do anticipate that it will bring us some rain late in the week. So we're getting this weekend getting some rain, and then we'll have some more rain from this coming up next Thursday on Friday. So here's the actual official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, and it shows the same thing. It's going to work its way west towards Texas coastline, then make some sort of turn here to the northeast. But then you can see how wide the cone gets. So there's the uncertainties there with it. All right, so what have we been dealing with? Well, we've been dealing with sort of the side effects here from beta. I know it's a bummer. We've got nice fall air in place. You wouldn't hardly know it, though, because what's happened is that this cooler, drier air has come in at the surface. That's denser, so it stays near the surface. And what happens is this tropical stuff comes in and rides up and over that cooler, dry air. And then, of course, rain falls. And that's what we have going on yesterday, and that's what we're going to have going on today. So we've got these winds out of the south, southwest. They're just streaming this moisture into our area. Like I said, over this layer of cooler, drier air. The dew points are down, even in the 50s and low 60s here. I mean, that is really pleasant conditions. If we weren't dealing with this stinking tropical system, it'd be a gorgeous day, a gorgeous weekend. We'd have beautiful fall-like weather, and everybody would have been just on cloud 9 loving it. But unfortunately, it didn't work out like that. So we have this system sitting on top of us, and what's happening is that the rain is falling, and now it's hitting this drier air, and it's evaporating. So what you're looking at on the radar here, if you walked outside, you may find a raindrop or two, but a lot of this isn't getting to the ground. And that's the way it's going to be pretty much all day long. Our rain chances are really high. There's going to be rain today. But, I mean, it's just drips and drizzles. I doubt we'll get more than 1/10 of an inch in most places, okay? It's going to be that light. It's going to be to trace to 1/10 of an inch. 1/10 of an inch. We'll talk more about that in a second. First off, though, well, I'll tell you what. I skipped by. I wanted to show you the pull up one of the future cast. All right, so So you can see that here. So there will be some good rain over around New Orleans, the parts of the Mississippi coastline. They're going to get some decent rain because they'll have enough falling that will just get through that dry air. But us, we're kind of on the edge of all this. You see this right here, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like, whoa, that looks like a lot of rain. Basically, you take away all these light colors, none of that gets to the ground. Only where you see this really dark stuff, that's only places where you're actually going to feel a sprinkle. So a lot of the day, I mean, if you need to walk the dog, go ahead. You need to work in the yard, go ahead. You don't need a raincoat. You're not going to need a jacket. You may feel a few drops here and there. You may even have a brief shower that lasts for about a minute, but then it just goes away real quick. So nothing out there is going to be really heavy today. It's just more, once again, of a nuisance, a gray kind of day. It'll be breezy out there. There's winds out of the northeast. See, there's 4 o'clock. I mean, like I said, you can almost just sort of erase these really light green areas. A lot of that just simply will not reach the ground. It'll dry out before it does. So that's what we're looking at today. It's just going to be more of a nuisance than anything else. All right, so now I can get back to the rest of the tropics. So we have Teddy, which is still a major hurricane. Winds 115 miles an hour. It may go down to regular hurricane status here before too long. It's going to head up towards Bermuda, then the Canadian Maritimes, and back out to sea. This is actually the zombie remnants of Paulette. It may actually regenerate and head towards Africa. It's 2020, so it seems fitting. Then we got Tropical Storm Wilfred. I don't think this one lasts more than another day or so. This one's running into a lot of issues. So there's, in other words, a lot of activity going on in the tropics, but nothing else is going to impact us except for Beta. All right, for everybody, by the way, everybody that's joined, do appreciate that. I'll go ahead and take you through here with Beta, see what we anticipate with it. So today is Sunday. Tomorrow, Monday here at around lunchtime. Should be making landfall at that point as it works its way over towards Texas. Once again, Galveston's about here. Corpus Christi's about here. So it's kind of in between Galveston and Corpus Christi. I think that's a Kings Ranch area maybe, that kind of a area where there's not a whole lot there. And then it's going to work its way inland most likely. This is one model. This is the European model. Keep in mind, at this point, the models really diverge. Some of them will bring this back along the coastline. Some of them take them inland. This model, the European, brings it more inland. It keeps it up here and going into northern Louisiana. What I wanted to show here, by Wednesday at noon, here's that flow starting to set back up. Probably starting to see some showers returning to our area. So Monday and Tuesday, a lot quieter, not much in the way of rain. By Wednesday, Thursday, rains pick back up as the system, and you can see that moisture being drawn into it. Now, the farther away from us it is, probably the better chance we have of not seeing as much rain. Obviously, if it works its way back more like this, we'd see more rain out of the system. So that path, which is uncertain at this point, of the remnants of Beta, will be important to us in the amount of rain we get towards the end of next week. So Wednesday, Thursday, and even on into Friday, there's a possibility of some, I guess you'd call it return rain from what's ever left of Beta. All right, so this afternoon, though, back to this forecast, breezy with some, when I say drizzles, I mean about as light as you can imagine drizzles being, okay? The kind of things where you can kind of dodge them as you're walking out. And then as we look here over the next 5 days, there it is. So less rain Monday and Tuesday, probably still staying pretty gray. And then Wednesday, Thursday, the rain's picking back up, once again staying pretty gray. So the one thing that Beta has done, even though it's been a very rough, disorganized system, is just kind of ruined our weather here. It could have been worse. It could have been, obviously, after what we dealt with Sally, obviously we know it could be a lot worse. But, it's just kind of a bummer. We were looking forward to a nice fall weekend, and moisture from this thing. It's almost like the exhaust plume from this storm, the upper level exhaust plume, just happened to park right above us. I have friends over in Tallahassee, not too far down the road here. Beautiful fall-like days here for the weekend. We're just kind of caught up in this. Anyway, that's your forecast. I hope you have yourselves a great day. We'll continue to watch things for you here at Fox 10 News. Continue to watch Beta. So that's what we're looking at here for the next week and a half. Should see those rain chances towards the end of the week. And then you also notice the temperatures bouncing back too. More typical for this time of year. So enjoy these 70s while we have them. We're going to be back up in the 80s as we head into late next week. Have a good one, folks. Bye now.